Hey folks, it's Dr. Gerstmar from Aspire Natural Health. Hope you're having a great day. It is rainy and cloudy today. Nonetheless, I took the opportunity when there was a bit of a cloud break to get out and go for a walk. So, if you're like me, then you've found that it is really easy to ride that slippery slope from eating really healthy to suddenly finding yourself face down in a box of Twinkies. I don't know who eats Twinkies, and as a quick side note, I actually, when they said Twinkies were going out of production, it was like, oh man, so I went to the store, I got myself a Twinkie for that sense of nostalgia, opened it up to have a bite, and found actually, I did not really like the taste. It was like, wow, what are we all so crazy of? Why did I like Twinkies back in the day? This just brings us to the point of saying, one, that we are hardwired to like sweet. And two, it is easy to change our palates. So it is easy to rewire ourselves, not necessarily simple, not necessarily straightforward, but we can rewire our palates. So if you're anything like me, you found yourself riding the slippery slope from a healthy diet down to one that is full of convenience food and it's full of sugar. And we sort of wake up one day and go, wow, this isn't the place that I want it to be. So I've certainly now found myself in that place, going from a place of some healthy splurges and indulgences to a slippery slope of regularly eating food that I know is not healthy for me and is not helping me. So it is time to reset. Today is day 1 of 30 days of no sugar, no junk food, no alcohol, which isn't a big deal for me. I don't regularly drink alcohol, and no coffee. Oh, yes, no coffee. I don't believe I have a problem with coffee, but I do believe every once in a while it is good to challenge the things that we're eating regularly to make sure that we are using them in a healthy way. So coffee and caffeine can definitely, the science is clear, can definitely be used in a healthy manner, and they can also be abused in an unhealthy manner. And so periodically, I think it is worthwhile to take these potentially addictive substances like sugar, like caffeine, like alcohol out of our diet, assess how we're feeling and the effect that it has on us, and then to mindfully, if we wish, bring them back into our diet. So today for me is day 1, no coffee this morning, just some black tea, no sugar, no junk food, and no alcohol. But of course, today isn't really day 1. Today is actually day 8. While today is the first day when I am no longer able to eat sugar or coffee or other junk food, this began a week ago with the planning phase. And this is where a lot of us fail. By failing to plan, we are essentially planning to fail. What that means is it's easy to say, you know what, I'm not going to eat any more sugar or any of these other foods. But unless we take a little bit of time to plan out, so I sat down and I planned out what are some breakfasts, some lunches, some dinners, some snacks, and some beverages. So we have the big 5: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and beverages. By planning out what are healthy choices, so pick a few things in each of those categories, a few different healthy breakfast choices, lunch choices, dinner choices, snack choices, especially, because where a lot of us fall down is we may figure out what we want to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but we neglect our snacks in particular, and that can get us in a lot of trouble. Or for most of us, we don't plan. We just say, I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner, or I'm going to eat healthy snacks, until we find ourselves in a situation where there aren't any obvious and easy meals or snacks available. Then we encounter hunger, especially as we get towards the end of the day. Our willpower is low, and we end up reaching for the nearest, most convenient or tasty thing and blowing our plan. So for the last week, I sat down and planned out my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. I also planned out what I needed to buy from the store, and I emptied the pantry of the unhealthy choices. Because again, let's not be silly. If we're going to avoid sugar, we don't want to have the pantry and the fridge packed full of high sugar, tempting things that are going to require a lot of willpower to hold up to it. So my plan is to need little to no willpower for the next 30 days. So we've talked about meal planning. We've talked about making sure that we have plenty of those healthier choices in our fridge and pantry so it is easy to choose them. We've talked about getting rid of the trigger foods for ourselves. So for me, all the cookies and other things that are especially tempting are now gone from the house. And lastly, we need to at least get the tolerance and preferably the support of the people that are around us. Now, there may be some people that you're around that you're better off not saying anything, not bringing it up, just going on you're letting them go on their way and you go on your way. But especially when it comes to the people who are closest to us, spouses, friends, partners, at the minimum, we want them to say, okay, I understand what you're doing, and I will support you if I'm not going to join you. So if you know you're not going to be eating sugar, you can ask your partner to make sure that they're not eating sugar around you, at least until you get through this initial period, for most of us, 7 to 10 days of letting our palate retrain, letting some of the most intense sugar cravings die down. And ideally, you would have that partner join you so that you could have the support behind it. All right, so day one so far for me is going great. Breakfast was easy, had a great lunch. Looking forward to eating a healthy dinner. I threw a chicken in the Instapot to cook. Going to go ahead and prep myself a bunch of veggies to have along with it, because I found the key to success for me is having easy protein choices and having easy veggie choices. All right, that's it for day one. I'll check in again, let you all know how it's going. And if you'd like to join me in doing 30 days of no sugar, no junk food, no coffee or alcohol, or whatever works best for you, feel free to chime in and let's support each other on this journey. Now, if you haven't joined us in our Facebook group, we have a great Facebook group that we call the Academy, where we focus on supporting one another in our health journeys, because life is a health journey for each of us. None of us are perfect, and we all face our ups and downs, and having that support is one of the keys to success. So if you haven't, please feel welcome. Apply, join us at the A&H Academy. It is free. We just ask that you answer a couple of super simple, super easy questions. To get in, we'll approve you. You can come join us, support others, have others support you in your health journey. All right, folks, until next time, take care.